बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, राधा रानी की जय, श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। Let's all close eyes, sit up, please, and focus your mind on Hari Guru and Shri Radha Krishna Guru. Try to visualize, meditate on the divine form. Prathamam Sadgurum Vande Shri Krishnam Tadanantaram Guru Papatmanam Trata Shri Krishnas Tvamalatmana Yasyaikanisvasita kalamathavalambya Jivanti loma bilaja Jagadandanatha Vishnur Mahansa iha yasya kala vishesho Govindamadi purusham Tamaham bhajami Namah Kamalana Bhaya Namah Kamalamaline Namah Kamalpada Namaste Kamalekshana Yo Brahmanam Virdhati Purvam Yo Vedanscha Prahinoti Tasmai Takhvan Hadevam Atma Buddhi Prakasham Mumukshurve Sharanamaham Prapadye Radha Krishna Bhagwan ki jai, Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki jai. प्रिय भक्त समुदाय, दिव्य आत्मा और महानुभाव, there is devotees of a Supreme Lord, the Divine Souls. For that, me say Radhe Radhe to each and everyone. And my pranam, my humblest prostrations to all of you. I've been telling you, and we all know, most of us, Jagat Guru Kripalu Parishad, JKP, has been given to devotees Bhakti Challenge. Number 23 now. Verses have been chosen from divine books written by Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu. Radha Govind Geet, 11,111 dohas, divine couplets. And more recently, Shyama Sham Geet, 1,008 dohas, divine couplets. Containing all the philosophy of all the Vedic scriptures, the Vedas, Puranas, Mahabharata, Gita, Ramayana, etc. All the divine pastimes of Sri Radha Krishna, the gopis and the cowhoods. We have been memorizing these, and people have been winning prizes. Today I've decided to choose one of those verses again. This is from Shyama Sham Geet. So first we'll sing. I sent it to most of you should have it. And then we'll listen to some explanation. श्यामा श्याम नाम रूप लीला गुण धामा गाओ रूप रूप ध्यान युक्त आठोया बढ़ गया श्यामा, आंसू नहीं आवेगा, नाम गुण धामा। ईमान तो इतना बढ़ गया श्यामा, आंसू नहीं आवेगा, नाम गुण धामा। आंसू नहीं आवेगा, नाम गुण धामा। आंसू नहीं आवेगा, नाम गुण धामा। आंसू नहीं आवे, आंसू नहीं आवेगा, नाम गुण धामा। आंसू नहीं आवेगा, नाम गुण धामा। श्यामा श्याम नाम रूप लीला गुण धामा, गाओ रूप रूप ध्यान युक्त आठ Technology is very useful, but if we use it, utilize it in the right way. Devotees were begging me, Bhaiya, please send a verse to us so we can follow also. And there were a few people who didn't bother to even open the phone to see the verse. I sent it to all of you. Okay, that's all right, no problem. This verse is a sense from Shyama Sham Geet. The verse is saying, abhimaan to itana badh gaya, Shyama, aamsu nahi ave gaum naam gun dhama. Abhimaan, pride, ego. The devotee saying to Radha Rani, to Shri Krishna, Hey Shri Krishna, Hey Radha Rani, my pride has increased so much pride I have. Abhimaan, ego, itna bhar gaya. That aamsu nahi ave gaum naam gun dhama. That while chanting your name, your virtues, your qualities, etc., tears doesn't flow from my eyes. The only reason we cannot shed tears for God, ego, abhimaan. People cry in the world easy. For no reason at all we cry in the world. But when it comes to shedding tears for God and Guru, it's very difficult. A lot of people wonder, why can't I shed tears for God? And the only one reason for that is abhimaan, ego. First, why is shedding tears so important? Why is shedding tears so important? God has a condition for knowing Him, attaining Him. उनकी एक शर्त है. One condition. Bhagwan Shri Ram says to Sugriv in the Ramayana, and also to the residents of Ayodhya, he says, Ram, Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram, Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Bolo Ram, Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Bolo Ram, Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Oh, Nirmal Man Jan so mohi pawa, mohi kapat chal chidra na bhava. Bolo Ram, Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram, Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Oh, sarala svabhavana man kutilai. Sarala svabhavana man kutilai. Sada santosh sadai. Bolo Ram, Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram, Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Nirmal man jan so mohi pawa, mohi kapat chal chidda na bhava. This condition, God says, only those who are pure in heart, pure mind, nirmal man, pure heart, pure mind, can know me, see me, attain me, can come close to me. I cannot tolerate deception, deceit, fraud. Sarala Swabhav Man Kutilai. Again, Bhagavan Shri Ram is saying to residents of Ayodhya, Sarala Swabhav, one who is very simple. There's simplicity. The heart has to be made very simple. Naive. I don't know anything. There cannot be any economists. I'm too smart, no one can outsmart me. Naman kutilai. There should not be crookedness in the mind. Our mind is extremely dirty. Uncountable lifetimes of wickedness, sin, impurities is stored in the mind. Even if someone who does one wrong thing in one lifetime, uncountable lifetime means uncountable wrong things are stored in the heart, in the mind as sanchit pap. Nobody has to tell us, we can see for ourselves. How much interest we have in spirituality as opposed to the material world. How much we want to think about God, to lovingly remember God and the saint, to chant the divine name. How much joy we get in chanting the name of the Lord. Not because someone says do so many mala, but because we find so much joy. As opposed to looking at TV, oh, I need to see this show. Oh, this sport is on, I need to look. I have to go to the mall, I have to do this in the world. Also, the thoughts we have in the mind. Do we have good feelings about others? Or we have negative feelings, hatred, animosity? We find in faults all the time. We find fault in everyone, everywhere. We don't see our own faults. I mentioned this morning in the mandir, as long as we are under Maya, Kagbusundji is saying to Guruji, Manas roga kachukh mai gaye. Guruji had asked Kagbusundji about diseases of the mind. And he told many. Greed, anger, jealousy, hatred, lust, selfishness, attachment, delusion. Many. He says, I've told you a few only, there are many more. और है सबके लकी बिरलन ही पाए. And everyone, as long as we are under Maya, everyone has all the faults in them, all. But it's not easy to see. It's extremely difficult. Lucky biralan hi pai. Extremely difficult for the worldly soul to see our own faults, how bad we are. We can see everybody else's fault. And people, the moment the moment they talk to me, they start complaining about how bad this one is and how bad that one. That's all they can talk. Oh, and they're showing off their devotees of Jagat Guru Kripalu Mahaprabhu, and they're showing off their Krishna devotee, and oh, this one is so this and that. Oh, all the faults they can find. Are nobody is a saint. You're all sadhak, aspiring, practicing. And so the faults are still there, as long as we are in Maya, until we attain God realization. My Guru would say, Jagat Guru Tam Kripalu Mahaprabhu. Until we attain God realization, until we become free from Maya, everyone is badh. Sab ke sab, all. When everyone is bad, how does it benefit us by looking at how bad someone else is? What we are supposed to do, if we can't help but find faults, we're supposed to look and see our own faults and try to fix ourselves. Don't fix anyone else. Don't think about. We already have so much faults in the mind, in our own mind. When we look at the faults of others, it's so dangerous, fault finding. Looking at the faults of others, we just add more to. Already our mind is so dirty, so bad, we add some more. And this is why the scriptures tell us how dangerous fault finding is, looking at the faults of others. Bhagavan Sri Ram is saying to Shivali in the Ramayana, Ashtam Datha Radhe Santosha Sapne Hunahi Ekhahi Dosha Jai Ram Shri Bhagavan Sri Ram is explaining Navdha Bhakti, ninefold devotion to Shivali, and he says the 8 type of devotion, Ashtam Jatha Labha Santosha. Shivali, the 8 type of devotion is to be contented. Happy, contented, whether you gain or lose. You lose everything, still happy. And sapne hu nahi dekahi padosha. Not even a dream to look at the faults of others, to find faults in others. It's so dangerous that he's saying even in dream. God does not know what we do in the dream, but just to show how dangerous this fault finding is. Because we just make more, we already have so much, we just add some more. And sometimes if I refuse to listen, I don't want to listen, I said, this is very bad, they get angry. You never listen to me, you'd always never take my side. So you're giving me poison to drink and I should be happy. Huh? Knowingly, I'm drinking poison and I should be happy. My Guru Jagat Gurutam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu would say, if somebody starts complaining, starts talking negative, finding faults in others, you should run so fast as though there's a cobra snake ready to strike you. So fast you should get away from that person. It's so dangerous, this fault finding. When we find faults, number 1, this is proof that we are faulty. Number 2, we are thinking I am better than you. In other words, so ego, abhimaan, pride has come. And third thing, we are adding more faults. So Bhagavan wants pure heart, pure mind. And how are we going to make the heart, the mind pure? In the Bhagavad Mahapuran, this thing about pure heart is everywhere. Not only Sanatan Dharma, not only Hinduism. The Bible also says, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Every religion is talking about purity of the heart, the mind. So how are we going to make the heart, the mind pure? Shri Krishna says to Uddhav, Yatha ninahe mamalam jahati Dhmatam punaha sambhajate cha rupam atma cha karmanushayam vidhuya mad bhakti yogena bhajatyatho mam. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 11th canto, 14th chapter, 25th verse. Gold, hame, the word hame in Sanskrit means gold. Hindi sona. So gold in its original form has a lot of impurities, dirt, and sometimes it gets dirty after wearing it for a while also. So how do you purify the gold? You heat it in fire. So here, Bhagavan Krishna is saying to Uddhava, just as gold, when heated in fire, becomes purified of its dirt, impurities, glows and attains its pure form. In the same way, only when we shed tears of selfless love for God is the heart, the mind purified. Wanting tears. Not for the world, for God. If you have a dirty piece of cloth, dirty piece of rag, dirty for a long time, and you want to clean it, are you going to wash the dirty cloth in dirty water? If you wash the cloth in dirty water, it gets more dirty. So you need pure water. Nirmal jal, nirmal pani. When we shed tears for the world and worldly things, people tell you something, you feel badly, something you don't get something, someone doesn't listen to you and you cry, your selfishness is not fulfilled. The tears for the world is making the heart, the mind more dirty. Taking the cloth that is already dirty and dipping it in the bucket of dirty water. When you shed tears for God and the saint, divine area, you're chanting the name of the Lord and you can't see Him. You want to visualize Him. You're thinking about His virtues, how beautiful, how kind, how merciful. You shed tears. This is a pure water. You take the cloth and wash it in the pure water. The dirt will come out. And we shed tears for God and the saint, who is God personified. But yes, again to make the point even stronger, he says in the next verse, Yatha yathatma parimujyate sau mat punya gatha shravana bhidhane tatha tatha pashyati vastu sukshmam chakshur yathaivanjana samprayuktam. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 11th canto, 14 chapter, 26 verse. Before 25, 26. Here, Shri Krishna is saying to Uddhava, just like someone has disease in the eye, katara, all this kind of disease in the eye, and if left untreated, you can become blind. You won't be able to see. So nowadays we have all kind of medicine, we have creams, we have drops, we have laser, all kinds of things. Long ago you didn't have all of that in ancient time. But there was something better. There was an Ayurvedic medicine called Anjan, not Kajal. It's an Ayurvedic medicine. It doesn't exist anymore. It'll come back in Satyu. Any disease in the eye, and you apply this Anjan, slowly destroys the disease and we're able to see clearly again. In the same way, Shri Krishna says to Uddhava, while singing the glories and the names of the Lord, listening to His divine philosophy, etc., we shed tears of selfless love for Him. Is the heart, the mind purified. So one medicine, tears. Nothing else works. No yajna, no puja, no havan, no tarpan, no nothing. Except tears of selfless love. This is the only thing. Uncountable lifetimes of wickedness, sin, impurity is stored in the mind. Only one medicine. When we shed tears of selfless love for the Lord, for the saint who is God personified. This is a pure water, nirmal pani, for washing the dirty rag of our mind. And this is most important. Without these tears, there's no bhakti. You can do all the chanting, sing the glories, the name, etc. of the Lord. You can do all the japa, all the puja, but if we don't shed tears. This is why Tulsidas Ji Maharaj says in the Ramayana, ये पाटहु फूटहु नयन जरहु सुतन के ही काम हो रामा जरहु सुतन के ही काम श्रवहि पुलकहि नहीं तुलसी सुमिरत राम हो रामा तुलसी सुमिरत राम सियावर रामचंद्र कर जय शरणम शंकर हरिओ जय जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम जय ये पाठहु फूटहु नयन जरहु सुतन केहि काम द्रवहि श्रवहि पुलकहि नहीं तुलसी सुमिरत राम. Someone is worshipping God, chanting the name, etc., doing puja, worshipping God. Or dravahi. Dravana means melt. The heart doesn't melt with love for the Lord. To hear part of him, that heart should be ripped apart. It's useless. Shravahi. Tears doesn't flow from the eyes like a river. Phutahu nayan. Those eyes should be bursted. Pulakai. Pulakai. Pulakai means the pause and the body doesn't raise on ends. Harpulation. Goosebump. To jadahu sultan kehi, that body should be burnt to ashes. Tears is so important. The Bhagavad Mahapuran says the same thing. Tadashmasaram hridayam batedam yad grihyamanai harinam dheyai na vikretat yada vikaru netre jalam gataruheshu harsha. Someone is chanting the name of the Lord, meditating, chanting the name, etc. And the heart doesn't melt with love. Tears doesn't flow from the eyes. Netre jalam. And the pause in the body doesn't raise on ends. Goosebump. That heart must be made of steel. Thunderbolt. Tadashmasadam hridayam batedam. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 2nd canto, 3rd chapter, 24th verse. So this tears is so important. We are only doing bhakti, we are truly chanting the name of the Lord, devotion when we shed tears. Why don't we shed tears? What's the reason? So one reason I told you, abhimaan, ego. We have to, wanting God doesn't like, He cannot tolerate. Abhimaan, ego. He loves humility. This is why Bhagwan has special titles, very special title. Dina Bandhu. Dina Bandhu, the word Bandhu means friend. He is friend of the humble, the destitute. Dinanath. He's the Lord of the humble, destitute. Patit Pavan, the purifier of the sinful soul. He loves humility. So Gaurang Mahaprabhu, very great saint, Bhagwan Radha Krishna himself descended in one form that is known as Lord Chaitanya, Gaurang Mahaprabhu. I mentioned before, he only wrote 8 verses, Shikshastak. One of the verse, the very first verse in the Shikshastak, he says, Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. Shikshastak, Gaurang Mahaprabhu. Gaurang Mahaprabhu says, Bhaiya, you want to do bhakti, you want to be a spiritual person, you want to go on the spiritual path. So there's some prerequisite. Some things, some conditions we have to fulfill first, then we can enter the path. Then we'll get benefit. Otherwise, nothing. First condition, Tinadapi suni chena. One has to become humbler than a blade of grass. So humble. The grass, you see grass, we walk on the grass, lawn grass, all kind of grass. When you walk on the grass, what does the grass do? It bends. Jhuk jate hain. And then you go and it stands up again. Poor fellow. But the grass never complained. He didn't mind. Hey, are you blind? Can't you see where you're going? Have you ever seen the grass complain? We have to become more humble than that. More humble than that. Taro rapi sahishnuna. To become more tolerant than a fruit-bearing tree. Tar means tree. Sahanshilta. Tolerance. To be able to tolerate. The tree, there's a fruit tree, mango, apple. Someone is taking care of the tree, put in water, fertilizer, etc. And somebody is trying to kill the tree. Break the branch, throw stone, cut the branch. When the tree bears fruits, does the tree say, hey, come here, you took good care of me. You're such a lovely person. I'm going to give the sweetest mango to you, the best fruit. And you try to kill me? No fruit for you. I'm going to give you a poison mango. Does the tree do that? Huh? No, the tree gives fruits to all alike. Nadiyan piye kabhi apna jal, vriksha na kaye kabhi apna phal. The river doesn't drink its own water, the tree doesn't eat its own fruit. The tree said, Bhaiya, my dharma is to give fruit. Ye hamara dharma hai, duty. Ab pyar se le lo, take it lovingly, or khar se. Angrily. I am here to give fruit. We have to get angry, and we don't get angry. This is a beautiful katha I told once. It helps repeated. Give us an idea of humility and tolerance. Once, a very learned Pandit, Sanskrit Pandit, went to Jagat Guru Shankaracharya and said to Jagat Guru Shankaracharya, I want you to make me your disciple. I want you to be my guru. That Pandit was Madhusudan Saraswati. Very learned Sanskrit Pandit. So Jagat Guru Shankaracharya said, Bhai, you're not ready as yet. I'm not ready. And so he started to argue and, I am a Sanskrit scholar. And Shankaracharya said, you came here to be my disciple and you argued, fighting with me. Is what the disciple will do? So that Panditji realized his mistake and he begged for forgiveness. Please forgive me. Please be my guru. Shankaracharya said, look, you're not ready as yet. Go to Vrindavan, Braj. Don't speak to anyone. Chant Radhe Radhe. Beg for your food. Whatever you get, eat. Whatever you don't get, fine. Don't speak to anyone. Don't have association with anyone. And just chant Radhe Radhe all the time. So he went and practiced for 1 year. When he was about to return, Shankaracharya called a sweeper, the jharu lagate. In India, there are people who clean the road, etc. They use the long broom. And especially long ago, people did all kinds of things on the road. They did their toilet on the road too. So these brooms are very dirty. Very dirty. So he said, look, he said to the sweeper, this Panditji is coming from Vrindavan. And when he passed close to you, while you are sweeping, I want you to sweep some dust onto him. From what you're sweeping. Thoda iske upar bhi lagao. So that the sweeper, she became very scared. This Panditji will beat me up. The Shankaracharya encouraged her and said, look, he gave some money to her. And so because she got some money, she said, we got some courage. So when the Panditji was coming, she was sweeping, cleaning, and she took the broom and swept some of the dust onto him. And he got so angry. Are you blind? Don't you know who I am? And he started to shout and insult her in the worst way. Then he left and he went and met Jagat Guru Shankaracharya and said, Guruji, I did what you told me for a whole year. Please make me your disciple. Shankaracharya said, you're not ready as yet. You have so much anger, you want to eat people alive. Go back and practice for 1 more year. Don't speak to anyone, don't associate, remain in hiding. If you get hungry, beg and eat. Whatever you get, eat that and keep chanting Radhe Radhe. So he went and practiced again for a whole year. And then when he's about to return, again, Shankaracharya, knowing he was about to return, called the sweeper and said, look, that Panditji is coming again. This time, don't just sweep some dust, take the broom and touch him. So she thought, oh my God, this time he's going to beat me for sure. And again, Shankaracharya gave some money to her and she agreed. So when the Panditji was coming, this time very gingerly and with fear, she took the broom and touched him. And this time he got angry again, but he didn't say anything. Kuch bole nahi. He got angry. On the inside, he looked at her in a way, but didn't speak. He remembered, last time I scolded and I insulted, and Guruji didn't like. So this time he didn't say anything, but he got angry. So he went to Shankaracharya and said, Guruji, I followed your instruction for 1 year again. Please make me a disciple. Shankaracharya shook his head and said, you're not ready as yet. You didn't say anything, but you got angry still. Go back again. Don't associate with anyone. Keep in hiding for 1 more year. Chant Radhe Radhe, beg and eat, etc. So he went on again, practiced really hard. So when the year was finishing, he's about to return again. Jagat Guru Shankaracharya called the sweeper and said, look, the Panditji is coming. Now when these people, they sweep, they collect everything in a big basket. All the dirty stuff. He said, I want you to take the whole basket and empty it on the Panditji. And the sweeper was, hey, Bhagwan, now he's going to kill me for sure. So again, Shankaracharya gave some money and very hesitantly she accepted to do it. So now the Panditji is coming. And when he came close, she took the whole basket with all the dirty thing and emptied on the Panditji. And lo and behold, the Panditji fell at her feet crying. रोते हुए गिर गए उस झाड़ू वाले के पद. He fell down and held on to her feet, crying. He said, Ma, you're my first guru. It's because of you that I am becoming qualified. All these tests you have given me, this is for my benefit. You are my first guru. You've helped me to reach this position I am today. He held on to the feet and was crying with true humility. There was no anger anymore. There was true humility. This time when he went to Jagat Guru Shankaracharya, he didn't have to say anything. Shankaracharya embraced him. Beta, you're ready now. Ab tayar. This is the humility and tolerance. That you have to get angry and you don't get angry. There's something that should get angry. Anger, as I told you, destroys everything. Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammohat smiti vibramaha, smiti banshat buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. Chapter 2, verse 63, Gita. When we get angry, from anger comes delusion. From delusion, loss of memory. When we lose our memory, we lose the power to discriminate and everything is destroyed. All your bhakti, all your sadhana, everything goes down the drain. When these things come in the mind, the greed, the anger, the jealousy, the lust, the hatred, it destroys all our sadhana, all our bhakti. We work so hard to shed 2 tears. And you allow these enemies to come in the mind. Be aware, be very careful. So how do this feeling to come of this humility? As I mentioned, a lot of times, people think it's very hard for me to think I am a sinner, my papi. Very hard. I'm a good person. Generally, people think they're very good. We're no good, but we think we're good. I have never cursed anyone, I have never insulted anyone, abused anyone, I didn't beat up anybody, I didn't steal, I didn't kill anyone, and I see people drink alcohol, they do so many wrong things. We didn't do it physically. But what does God note? You see, we don't understand what God notes. He does not note the physical action of the sense organ. He notes our thoughts and ideas. Man. The Vedas say, Man eva manushyanam karnam bandha mokshayoho. Brahma Bindu Upanishad, 2nd mantra. Man, the mind. Ev, alone. Manushyanam, human beings. Karnam, the cause. Bandhan, of bondage. Moksha, liberation. The Vedas are saying the mind alone is the cause of bondage as well as liberation. In other words, the mind is the performer of the action. God knows our thoughts and ideas. There's somebody you hate this person, you hate this lady, she did something to you, and she said something, and someone told you, and you hate that person so much. You wish they would go and die, they will go in the road and the truck will run over them. And then suddenly in the satsang or something, you see the person in front of you. Hello, hello, Sitaram, Sitaram, Radhe, Radhe. Oh, so long I haven't seen you. Please have a seat. Inside, you wish the person could die. You wish that the worst thing can happen. And the mouth sweet like honey. Now, which one Bhagwan is noting? The very sweet words that is all acting, nakli? Or the dirty feeling, negative feeling in the heart and the mind? This is the one he's noting. Not what we act outwardly. Sabhyata. To be civilized. We put on a big act. To some people, some of us, we don't act whether no matter what it is, we're going to tell them the way it is. Bhagwan knows the thoughts and ideas. Look, what is paap and punya? These two words we hear. Paap, sin, wrong action. Punya, dharma, good action, righteousness. We in our mind, we have a definition. We think we know what is paap and punya. What does Bhagwan say? What does the scripture say? Bhagwan says, man nimittam kritam papam mad dharma cha kalpate mamanahritya dharmopi papam syan mat prabhavata. This is Bhagwan's definition of pap and punya. Man nimittam kritam papam. He says even if someone does something wrong, pap, sin, lie, etc., but he does it for me, mama nimit, for me, then Bhagwan says, I consider that to be dharma, a righteous action. On the other hand, mamana hritya dharmopi. Someone can do the greatest righteous action will be considered to be dharma in the world. But it's not done for me, for God. Mamana hritya dharmopi. He says, I consider to be pap, sin. Now, thinking about this definition, if we think how much time in 24 hours of a day, how much time I spend thinking favorably, lovingly about God and Guru, the true Guru, saint, with love and thought favorably. If we think about this very closely, and instead of thinking about God and Guru lovingly, I'm thinking negative things, I'm having negative thoughts in my mind, we'll all see that we are gross sinners. Mahapapi. Not only that, I mentioned, we the soul, Jivatma. Remember, this morning my lecture was, who am I? I'm not the body. I'm soul, Atma. And the soul, Bhagavan Krishna says, Na jayate mriyate va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavitava na bhuya ajo nitya shashvatoyam purano nahanyate hanyamane sharire. Chapter 2 verse 20 Gita. The Jivatma, the individual soul, does not take birth, nor does it die. Nor having come into existence does it cease to be, because it is unborn, eternal, and most ancient. It is not destroyed even when the body is destroyed. God is not senior to us. Ever since God have existed, we, the individual soul, have existed also. God is called Aj. Aj means unborn, eternal, beginningless. Jivatma is also called Aj. Gya gyaudva vaja vishanisha vaja heka bhokti bhogyata yukta anantaschatma vishwarupo hyakarta tayam yada vindate brahma me tat. Shvetashvatara Upanishad chapter 1 verse 9. The Vedas are saying both God, Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, and Jivatma, the individual soul, they are Aj. Gyau Dvavaja. Both are Aj, unborn, eternal, beginningless. Never had a beginning, will never have an end. So uncountable lifetimes have gone. Uncountable. And if we commit one sin, one pap in one lifetime, we do millions in any lifetime, billions. Every moment we're thinking wrong thoughts. But even if we were to do one wrong thing in one lifetime, uncountable lifetime means uncountable sin, pap. And this is all stored in our mind as sanchit pap, infinite. People are sometimes saying, we get some problem and we get something happen to us in the world, we get some grave illness, I'm working out my prara, my sin, my karma. You can work out karma. If you subtract infinite from infinite, it remains infinite. Before God realization, Jagat Guru Tam Kripalu Mahaprabhu says, before God realization, if the files of all the individual souls in the world were placed before Bhagavan, all are equal. Because all, before God realization, all has committed infinite sins. The only time this is destroyed completely, when we completely surrender to God. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma suchaha. Chapter 18 verse 66 Gita. The moment we completely surrender to Sri Krishna, he takes a match and he strikes it. That infinite storehouse of pap and punya is burnt to ashes. Only upon God realization. Otherwise, before that, infinite. Infinite. A tiny drop is taken out, tiny drop, and given to us from this huge storehouse. And is given to us, this is called sanchitka, this huge storehouse, pap and punya. A tiny drop is taken out and given to us in any lifetime. That is called prarabdha. And that we have to work out. That we have to work out. Prarabdha. And the action we perform at present, and which is going to bear fruit sometime in the future, that is kriyaman karma. And only human beings can perform kriyaman karma. The action that bears fruits, good or bad. Only human beings. Anyhow, so if we think deep in our heart that I am no better than anyone, actually I might be worst. Don't ever think I am better than anyone. Don't let this pride come. Pride is the greatest enemy of bhakti. This ego. Even if we have some good quality in us, we should still think I am the worst. So that pride, that ego should not come. It's the greatest enemy of bhakti. To think I'm the lowest of the low, the worst. Thinking deep in our heart that I am no better than anyone. Actually, I am worst. Then it becomes easy, it becomes very easy to forgive and forget. Don't keep this thing in your mind. This one has did something to me and that one did something and I can't ever forgive them. Ooh, you never did anything. We all do wrong things. Our intellect, our ego will not allow us to see how bad we are. You ask yourself in private, go in a room by yourself and ask yourself, am I proud? Am I greedy? Am I lustful person? No. Who's given the answer? The intellect, buddhi, which is governed by abhimaan, ego. It will not go against itself. If we were to ask ourselves about ourselves, we'll never get the right answer. Here Guru comes. Guru will tell us. We don't like to even hear from Guru. You can call me in his room and beat me in my head with a shoe, it doesn't matter. But in front of everybody, he told me. Ooh. For our benefit. This ego. We have to think, realize the condition of the heart, the mind, how sinful, then that humility will come. This knowledge is very important. Then the humility will come, and then you will see how easy it is to shed tears. For Radha Krishna, for Guru. Very easy it will come. The moment you start chanting Radhe Radhe, the tears will start flowing. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, the tears will start flowing. Just chanting doesn't, you can chant millions and millions. Gaurang Mahaprabhu made these rules for a reason. Amanina manadena. The word man means respect. Amanina. The absence of desire for name and fame. Not to want anyone to praise you. A true devotee looks upon praise as the greatest poison. When you get praise, what happened? You're such, let's suppose you just give a lecture, this Swami gave a lecture, and somebody came and said, Swamiji, man, the lecture was so good. And Swamiji, abhimaan is increased, pride. And somebody come and says, Swamiji, man, your talk was so bad. Oh, we love flattery, praise. A true devotee, he looks upon praise and flattery like the greatest poison. Instead, he develops a taste for abuse, insult. We don't like anybody to abuse us in the world, insult us. Oh, Bhagavan, somebody tell us something, we want to kill them. It's my worst enemy. And what does Tulsidas ji say? Angan kutir chhawai. He says, I'll build a hut in the front yard of my house for the one who abuses me, insults me. Because he's my true friend. Oh, do we think like that? How can Tulsidas ji say that the person who is insulting you and abusing you is your true friend? His true friend? Because you have to understand. You see, because of our ego, we can't see our own faults, how bad we are. So when somebody is saying the bad thing about you, he's actually helping us. You should say, thank you, Bhaiya. You're helping me. Somebody is walking. You're walking somewhere and somebody comes from behind and give you a hard slap. Pow! And you look around with anger, I will kill you. And then the person shows you a dead scorpion on the ground. What are you going to say? Thank you, Bhaiya, you saved my life. This scorpion, this is the greed, the anger, the jealousy, the hatred, the lust. We can't see. This is why he says, Angan kutir chhawai. And the one who is praising me is my worst enemy. We think that's our best friend. It's poison. For a devotee, that's the greatest poison. You know, the Bible says, a lot of people don't understand what this is saying. Blessed art thou when man shall revile you. That you're blessed. People is a person is insulting you, abusing you, and you're blessed. Ooh. I don't know how many Christians really understand what it's saying. But it's written. Why? So this is the reason. Because it helps us to be humble. To be tolerant, to be humble. So amanina. Absent of desire for name and fame. You want to give a donation to the mandir, you want to give donation, but your name has to be, you have to have a list, and even if it's $5, so this, and everybody clap. That's not dhan, that's not charity. What does the scripture tell us when it comes to charity? When thou givest alms, let not the left hand nor the right hand have given, that thy alms may be in secret. The true charity is the one given in secret. Nobody should know. Give If you want to give, give. But don't let everybody and make a big announcement and everybody clap. You have destroyed everything. So the abhimaan, the pride would not come. Amanadena, give respect to all. Give respect to all. Don't see high and low. Because somebody is flattering you and telling you nice things, and you give all the praise and you love them, kind of those people. And these people, oh, I hate them. And no. Give respect to all. Don't see high and lows. The same Radha Krishna that you love is sitting in the heart of everyone. If you realize and you are true devotee and you think in devotion, then you won't be able to even hurt an ant, far less to hurt another individual with a harsh word and bitter word. Realizing the Lord is sitting in the heart of everyone. Become like Hanumanji. Hanumanji says, everywhere, in every particle of the world, wherever I look, I see my beloved Sitaram. And I put my hands together and I do pranam. I prostrate. Jit dekhu tit sham mai hai. He's a blind saint, Surdas. He's blind. And he's saying, everywhere I look, I see my beloved Shyam Sundar Shri Krishna. But Surdas, you don't have eyes. You're blind. Not these eyes that we have. When we attain God realization, Shri Krishna will give us his eye. And then we will see the Lord in every particle. Now we have to practice that. The scriptures tell us that God is sitting in the heart of every living being. The same Radha Krishna in Golok is sitting in the heart of all living beings. This is why, put your hands together. Radhe Radhe, Sitaram. Be nice, give praise, give respect to all. Don't see high and low, etc. Then chant the name of the Lord. Then do chanting. Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sada. Then do kirtan, then do bhajan. Then you will benefit. As you're chanting and you're doing so many bead and so many jap, and you have all this negative feeling and dirty feeling, and you hate this one, you don't like that one, and you're doing bhakti. How are we going to benefit? So this is why Jagat Gurutam Kripalu Mahaprabhu is saying this beautiful verse from Shama Sham Geet. Abhimaan, abhimaan to itna badh gaya Shyama. Aamsu nahi ave gaum naam gun dhama. That my abhimaan, my ego has increased so much. That I'm chanting the name and qualities and virtues of the Lord, yet tears are not flowing from the eyes. The tears are very important. Without the tears, no bhakti. So, to help in that, Jagat Gurutam Sri Kripalu Mahaprabhu has written many beautiful bhajan, many books. One of his book, Premaras Madira, is He's written a whole section called Dan Madhuri. So I'm going to do one bhajan from that. And all of you who have books you can follow. You may have to share a little bit. One of this bhajan I'm going to sing one of the badh. This divine composition written by Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu. Ani, just get up and go around and make sure that everybody, that not one person alone has one. You can just sit down like that. We have enough? Everybody should be able to see? Alright, so let me just go through briefly what this bhajan is saying, this badh, and then we will sing it. A devotee is saying, Dinanath. I told you this is one of the titles of Bhagwan that is very important. O Lord of the destitute, the humble, O Dinanath, Mohi kahe bisare, why have you forgotten me? Hamari hi baar maun kasadhare, when it's become my turn for you to bless me, you have become very silent. Why? Nath gati ke gati anath hum, kahu kaun gati more vichare. Let's keep quiet a little bit. Ani?
I'm trying to see whether there's a book.
Just wait a little bit. When you make noise, it disturbs me. Alright? So, Nath agati ke gati anath hum. O Lord, you give shelter to those who have none. When the decision comes in the mind, I have no one and nothing in the world but only Shri Krishna. You give shelter to such a soul. We have no ownership in the world. My Lord, then what have you taught about me? This very sinful soul. Ganika Geedha Ajamil Adik Sunata Amita Patitan Tumu Pyare. There are many examples in the scriptures of great sinners who attained God realization. They attained the grace of Bhagwan. Ganika. Ganika was a prostitute. She attained the grace of Bhagwan. Geedh. Geedh is a vulture. You all know in the Ramayana, Jatayu, the vulture. And Bhagwan came when his wings were cut off by Ravan. And Bhagwan embraced. Remember, a vulture eats dead animal. So khate. And yet Bhagwan is taking his jatha, his hair was long in a jatha, and he's using that to dust, to take the dirt out of the wing and the wound of Jatayu. And he's shedding tears for Jatayu. He loved Jatayu. He gave Jatayu the supreme. The Lord is embracing Jatayu. Ajamil, the Katha of Ajamil is very famous in Bhagavad Mahapuran. A moment of bar association. Ajamil was very great Brahman soul, a Dharmatma. He had attained control over the senses, Jitendriya. Yet he saw a drunkard embracing a lewd woman. And a moment of kusang is so dangerous. He forgot all dharma, everything. He started stealing, he stole all the wealth of his parents. He was such a good son before. Did so much wrong things. And it is said in Bhagavad, people quote and say that when he was about to die, he saw the Yamdoots, the messengers of Yamraj. So he got so scared, he called his son, his youngest son with the prostitute. He had put the name Narayan. So he'd say, Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. And Vishnu Doots came and chased the Yamdoots away. That he took God's name. And he went to Bhagwan. Na. That is there. But he didn't die. Ajamal didn't die. When the Yamdoots went away, there was a big discussion between the Yamdoots and the Vishnudoot. The Vishnudoot also disappeared. And Ajamal realized his mistake. Ajamal had great knowledge of the scriptures and he realized how much wrong things. And that a moment association with the saints, the Vishnudoot, Sant Sang, is so great. There's a moment association, he became totally detached from the world. From the prostitute, from the children, from Narayan, from all. And he went to Haridwar. It's written in Bhagavad. He went to Haridwar. And there he did devotion, bhakti, for 1 year to Sri Krishna. And then only the Vishnudoot came. Not the Yamdut. And he went to Bhagwan's abode. So he didn't die at that time. It's written very clear, but people don't bother to read. Anyhow, so many examples like this. My Lord, you see that you loved all these fallen, these examples of sinners, and they attained you. Ena sama aganit patita rom prati bharat patita birad rakhware. If you love sinners so much, all these great sinners, they attained you, then uncountable such sinners can come from one pore of my body. I'm such a sinner. I'm such a sinful soul. You see, the feeling has to come. That I am so sinful that even a Jamil, Geet, etc., they can't compare to how sinful I am. So, O Lord, who is causelessly merciful, who showers grace on the fallen, how come you have not showered your grace upon me as yet? Dambha koti shat kala nemisam. Look at how much. So you see, the saint is writing these words so we can feel. The humility has to come. When it comes to hypocrisy, Dambhi, there was a guy called Kal Nemi, well, a Rakshas, a demon soul. The same Kal Nemi came back as Kans. He's given an example of hypocrisy. A devotee saying, my hypocrisy is greater than millions of Kal Nemi. Millions of Kal Nemi. When it comes to example of pride, abhimani, pride, Ravan is given as example. My Lord, my pride is so great, uncountable. Ravan cannot compare how proud I am. My pride. So this feeling will help us. We have to get rid of this abhimaan, this pride. It's so dangerous. La jahu jasu lajati adhamas hai na hue na tuve hai bhare. That I am such a sinner. I am so sinful, even shame is ashamed of me. That there never was, nor is, nor will there be such a sinner like me, my Lord. I am so sinful. Kaune mukha kripalu prabhu san kachu kahiye naat abhat tihare. In the last line, in the words of Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu, devotees say, my Lord, what face can I show to you? I am such a sinner. Kaun mukh dikha aapke samne. What face? How can I face you? Now everything is in your hands, my Lord. You decide whether you want to accept me or reject me. But this is a sinner who's come to you. In this way, so we'll sing with this. Try to visualize the Lord, Shri Krishna, in front of you. As you sing these words, they should page 35, sorry. Page 35, 35, bhajan number 59. So try to, don't let it be words only. Feel what the words are saying. And speak to Shri Krishna. Please speak to Radharani with these words in your heart. Dina nath mohi kahe visare हमरी बार मौन कस धारे दीनानाथ मोहि काहे बिसारे नाथ अगति के गति अनाथ नाथ अगति के गति अनाथ नाथ अगति के गति अनाथ कहाँ हो कौन गति मोरी विचारे कौन गति मोरी विचारे ओ दीनानाथ मोहि काहे बिसारे दीनानाथ मोहि काहे बिसारे गणिका दीध अजामिन आदित गणिका गीध अजामिन आदित गणिका गीध अजामिन आदित सुनत अमित पतितन तुम प्यारे सुनत अमित पतितन तुम प्यारे ओ दीनानाथ मोहि काहे बिसारे दीनानाथ मोहि काहे बिसारे इन सम अगणित पतित रोम प्रति इन सम अगणित पतित रोम प्रति इन सम अगणित पतित रोम प्रति इन सम अगणित पतित
मोहे काहे विसारे।
दंभ कोटि शत काल नेमि सम।
दंभ कोटि शत काल नेमि सम।
कोटि रावण सम मदधारी।
रावण सम मदधारी।
ओ दीनानाथ मोहि काहे विसारे।
मोहे काहे विसारे।
लाजहु जासु न जाति अधम अस।
लाजहु जासु न जाति अधम अस।
है न हुए न तुहे हारी। है ओ दीनानाथ मोहि काहे विसारे।
मोहे काहे विसारे।
कौने मुख कृपालु प्रभु सन कछु। कौने मुख कृपालु प्रभु सन कछु। ओ कहिए नाथ अब हाथ तिहारे।
नाथ
राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
ओ राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
ओ राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
दीनानाथ मोहिताय विसाय बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की राधा रानी की श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की जय जय श्री राधे जय जय